Good afternoon, America. This is Scott in the Shot Live. Let me comb my hair real fast. Sweet. It's the only hair I have left. Hey, check it out, man. Sometimes you get on here and I'm buzzing and I'm being real stupid. And I'm mainly a political podcast. Sometimes I like to have fun, like oh my dick, like the dick eating contest between fucking Alec Baldwin and Whoopi Goldberg. Sometimes I like to be funny. I just don't get it, people. I'm from I graduated in 1984. You know, Justin Bieber had a hat on one time that said the class of '84. Man, I mean, we're a class of partying kids that had a lot of fun, and we weren't racist. We didn't have a bad time. We just had a lot of fun. I mean, I always like to try to be funny. Try to have a good time with people. But back when I was in high school, when I was 19, when I was 18, 19, 17, 18 years old, we used to hit every Friday night. We hit 3-4 parties. Every Saturday night, we hit 3-4 parties. This is in a small town called Moses Lake, Washington. I mean, it was a good time, and we had fun. Everybody hitting parties. They had the sand dunes out there, lots of lakes to go have fun at. We just had a great time. And sometimes I get a little carried away on my podcast, with my politics and all that. But I just don't understand where the world went and started hating this country so bad. When I had such a fun time growing up. I'm the second year of the X generation. My brother's the first year, is 1965. I was born in '66, and we come from our parents were partiers. They're from the flower generation of the '60s. You know what I'm saying? And 1 second, please. 1 second. Whoa. Had to grab my vape. My parents are from the '60s generation. They're the quiet generation, but they're from the '60s, '50s to '60s. And it was a different time back then, But the reason I'm thinking about it is because I watch a lot of Fox News. I'm watching Water's World, and they always go out to spring break and they talk to these kids about politics and things like that. And most of them seem real stupid. But you know what? Back when I was 20 years old, I was pretty stupid too. I worked hard, partied hard, and if I was on spring break, if I was in college, if somebody would have came up to me with a serious question about politics, about the Constitution, all that, chances are I'd probably be really buzzed. I'll be like, whatever, dude. I mean, but as I got older, I got more in tune. I've always been a smart kid, but my generation is the class '84. A lot of smart kids, a lot of smart people that came out of the class '84, the class '83, '82. But you know what? We're a party of having fun. I used to like to have a lot of fun. I worked hard. I have fun. I mean, I like to be funny. I mean, there was gay people. There was no transgenders back then. There were gay people, and they were cool. I had two gay friends that came out after high school. You know what I mean? And what are you supposed to do about that? They're your friends. As long as they're not coming on to me, I don't give a shit. I mean, you really, keep it to yourself, and we can all be fun. We can all have fun. We can all work together, have fun, have a good time. But so when I watch the world in chaos like it is nowadays, I mean, I just don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't get where everybody started hating America. I'm the class '84, and I don't know about this racism and all that stuff that everybody's talking about on TV. I don't see it. I'm not saying there wasn't an asshole in every crowd. There is. I'm just saying that racism, I never saw that growing up. I mean, not like that. Sometimes I get on here and try to be funny. I mean, I harp on these Democrats. These Democrats, they're kids I went to school with. And I don't understand where they thought that life was so bad back then. Not everybody can be the popular kid. I was very popular, but I still wasn't the school stud. I wasn't the homecoming king or queen. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't jealous about that. I don't understand where all the jealousy comes from nowadays. We're all supposed to have fun. Everybody has a lot to contribute in life, and a lot of younger kids don't realize that when they're younger, but they understand when they're older. And what disgusts me about today's world is all these older people that just don't that act like their life was so bad back in the day. I don't see that. I mean, I grew up in Los Angeles. My 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th years were in Washington and Moses Lake, and I loved it there. It was a great town, very mixed with a lot of Mexicans, a lot of whites, a lot of blacks, a lot of everything. Well, not everything. There was a lot of Orientals and people from the Middle East. But I mean, that doesn't matter. kids are kids. Kids will be kids. So when they start teaching these kids CRT in schools and all that, it really bothers me because when I was a young man, all I saw was an asshole or a hot babe. Either that guy's an asshole. It doesn't matter what color or race he comes from. He's an asshole if he's an asshole. And a girl, I don't give a shit what color a girl is. I mean, hot is hot. When a girl is white, black, brown, Asian, a beautiful girl is a beautiful woman. In 1984, I graduated with a girl named Honey Castro. She ended up going after high school to be a Mrs. Washington, and she was third runner-up at the Miss America pageant. She's from the Philippines. She's a beautiful woman. I love women, and I like guys that are cool. I mean, I don't give a shit what color you are. So I don't understand. I mean, with the Democrats always trying to promote racism. Al Sharpton, Maxine Waters, AOC, the Squad. What they promote is racism. Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, I grew up in an era where, I mean, as a man, I don't give a shit. I don't give a really. I'm not a homo hater like that. I don't want to. If you're a homosexual, I'll call you homo to shorten it up. I'm not meaning that to spare you. If you're a homosexual and if I know you and you're cool and you're not trying to push nothing on me, you're just acting like a normal person, like a heterosexual does when you're out and about in public, then I'm cool with you. I don't need to know your sexual preference in order to like you. If you're a cool cat, you talk real shit and you're not a dumbass. I mean, so I don't. That's what it's so disappointing in today's world. Being 59 years old, graduating in the class of 1984, in an era of beauty. Honestly, I mean, I don't understand. I mean, it doesn't mean you have to like somebody's political opinions all the time, but all this hate, burning down at Tesla dealerships, the protest. I mean, protesting our allies. No matter what color or race you are, people, you are an American citizen if you are a citizen of this country. I mean, when we go to war, white people die, black people die, Mexican people die, Asian people die, Filipino people die, Russians that live here die. When we go to war, everybody dies. I mean, it's not about that. I'm just about weirdness. I don't like the weirdness that people are bringing. I mean, if you want, it's like this transgender movie. If you want to be a transgender, I don't agree with it. But I will be nice to you. But don't talk to our kids about it and don't highlight it on the news every day. Just stop. Let it come around naturally. You know what I'm saying? Let it come around naturally, and then it is what it is. But what I see in the world nowadays is everybody's trying to shove shit down everybody's throat. Let it come in time. The world went and got in a big hurry, people. I mean, it's always been in a hurry. But since the invention of the car, the airplane, going into space, probiotics, antibiotics, you know what I'm saying? I mean, computers, laptops, cell phones. The world's went and got really complicated. But it's only complicated because we're allowing certain people and certain parties to make it complicated. We're all still people. We're all just having a good time. I want people to work hard. I want people to have a good time. I want them to, I want everything to happen naturally, like it did back in the day. I don't want it being talked about on the news. I don't want adults talking to kids when they're little kids about their sex. As a child, I was actually molested once, and another guy tried to molest me, but I boogied the fuck out. The world's a difficult place we live in, people, and I don't dwell on none of that stuff that happened when I was a kid. I learned from it because I'm a smart guy. Because I didn't have 24-hour news cycles trying to fuck your head up and get your mind all fucking whacked out with complications. Life is real simple, people. You treat people fairly. You keep your sex to yourself. But you definitely don't try to promote it on people. And realize there's always an asshole in every crowd. I mean, he's trying to rile up and stir up things. There's always a bully in every crowd. There's always has been. I mean, you can't get away from the way people are. We're humans, man. We're flawed. We're flawed. Let me take a hit. I just can't believe how complicated America is anymore. In America's complications, we tried to spread that on the rest of the world with the Democratic Party. They're trying to spread complications. Things that should be left in the home and things that keep us safe are two different things. You know what I'm saying? Now I can't, as a white man, I've never seen a KKK member. I've never seen a real skinhead. I've never really seen a Proud Boy. it's such a few people in the world that are like that. And when it comes to black people, they have their gangs and their their neighborhoods where they fuck things up. But there's always good people in there too. We have it in every race, people. I mean, it is what it is. You're seeing that when you look at the rest of the world right now. Russia trying to take over Ukraine, Hamas, Hezbollah, Iran, Israel. We got everybody hating everybody, and it's always been that way. But in this country, we need to come to terms with being an American. We're all Americans here, man. I'm not talking about these illegal aliens. You can't be an illegal alien and be here. You can't expect for. I don't care how nice you are, people. I mean, everything is slippery slope. When you say, "Well, this person's really nice," I've met illegal aliens that are really nice. But you can't have it. There's a right way and a wrong here to get here. And these people that are really nice, if they're straight, if they're solid, they can get over here illegally. They don't have to be here illegally. We need to stop illegal immigration. It's just part of the problem. I have a problem with it. I have a problem with it. I don't care what nation you come from or what color you are if you come over here legally. If you're going to benefit our country. You know what I'm saying? I don't want a bunch of poor people coming. This country can't afford it. Look at history, people. We can't. People have to pull their own weight. We have enough problem with our own people not pulling their own weight, much less inviting other people to come over here from other countries that can't pull their own weight. Our welfare system only goes so far. Our kindness can only go as far as we can afford in a society throughout the world of things that cost money. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? I mean, so we can't keep going into debt for this. And Europe needs to pay for their own way. Europe needs to pay their own way. You know why I have a problem with the Ukraine and Russia, what's going on right now is in World War I and World War II, America got drawn into those battles. And we do have allies. And we have your back, allies, but I want to see these allies of ours stand up on their own first. It's like Europe with the Ukraine right now. They want America to come in and save it all. Last I've heard, the French, the UK, and Poland, all of them have a lot of military over there. They can let them stand up on their own, and we can, and if push comes to shove, then we'll get involved. But at least I want to see these countries stand up on their own. Instead of America just coming in with our troops, our money, and and then when it's all said and done, we look like the big bad aggressor. You know what I'm saying? I mean, sooner or later, I want you. I mean, since World War II, all these countries are pushed out, and NATO is nothing. They don't pay their fair share. It's all about America. I love America, man. I love every nationality who's here legally. But we're talking. I mean, so this podcast is just me going off. I mean, when it comes to the world, the rest of the world needs to pull their weight. They need to show us that they give a shit about themselves before America gets involved. Stand up. You stand up, and America will always be there to stand up before you lose, like we did in World War I, World War II. No more failed wars like Korea, Vietnam. We took out Iraq. We failed in Afghanistan. We need to keep learning from our mistakes, people. We need to make sure if we're going to get involved in a war, it's for the right reason. It's for a country who's going to stand on their own before we go and help them, and it's for the right reasons. And there's got to be a winner. There's got to be a winner. I mean, you know why this Hamas, Hezbollah, Iran, and Israel thing, it keeps going on? Because there's never a winner. There has to be a winner. We need to let Israel do what it's doing over there in the Middle East so there's a winner. They need to eliminate Hamas, and then they can worry about Hezbollah, them and us, about Hezbollah and Iran. And let's handle our business. I mean, that's how I look at it. Let's handle our business. Let's get it done. If we're going to, you know why America gets all fucked up all the time? Because we have these long, extended wars. We have the ability to go in and just take out these people. We do. But to do that, lives will be lost. That's why we don't win war. That's why these wars continue all the time, people, anymore. You know how we stopped the Japanese back in World War II? We dropped 2 atomic weapons on them and took out Hiroshima and you know what I mean. That is what takes out these countries that sneak attack us. That is how. But that is war, people. That is war. You know what I'm saying? You win or you lose. You win or you lose. And the best thing is that just not to go to war at all. But in today's world, there's got to be a leader in the world. China's trying to be a leader. Russia's just, they're just fucking over there trying to figure out Russia. It's basically between us and China. We need to figure out who's gonna set the standards for the world. It's no longer an American thing, people. Honestly, when it comes right down to it, it's a world thing. We went and butted our nose into the whole world, and the world economy is based on the American dollar. We got to get busy. We got to get busy, fucking or we got to come to terms with China and divide the world in pieces, I guess, and all of us get along without trying to go to war all the time. We're never gonna succeed in life as a species, as humanity, if we can't stop war. We've gotten to the point where there's atomic weapons, there's weapons of mass destruction. When the shit really hits the fan this next time, it's gonna be worldwide. It'll be on our continent also, and it's gonna be deadly. It's gonna be apocalyptic, and we need to stop it. Maybe the world there's a change coming in the world. There's going to be a shift going on with everything, and maybe we should welcome it. We need to. All the major powers have to have a seat at the table, and we need to all come to terms with the power that we possess, and use it in a manner that benefits all of us, and not to destroy us all. You know, if y'all believe in AIs, if you believe in aliens, if you believe in humans and this planet, then you gotta sit there and sit back and think, we need to figure it out, man. We need to figure it out, we need to figure it out together. We need to come together, or we're not. I mean, as it was a world now, we're a world. The world's all connected now, people. It always has been, but it's more so now than ever, and we need to figure it out and come to terms with it, and deal with it accordingly in a manner that, what's it, that keeps all the transgenders at bay. That's a joke. This transgender thing, man, I don't know anything about it. Out of all the problems we have in the world, we got people trying to change their sex now. I really don't know what to think about it. I mean, I think it's wrong, but it's already metastasized into such a big movement. I mean, how do you combat it? I mean, it's something we need to all come together with. I just don't want to be I just want to see things taught to our children. I just want everything to be natural with our kids, people. I just want them to be kids. I don't want them worried about bills or wars or transgenders or homosexualism or anything that they do experience in their life. I want it to be natural. I don't want it to be force fed to them. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's what I'm trying to come to. I just want it to be natural. Nobody had to teach my buddies how to be a homosexual. Nobody had to teach me how to be a heterosexual. It's in you, but don't promote it on our kids, and unless you're another kid. You know what I mean? But don't let's keep the adults out of our kids' life, except for making sure they don't kill each other. You know what I'm saying? Making sure they get out of school with an education. They can read, write. Trying to make sure that they understand that work is a valuable asset to have. It's the most valuable asset for a young man or a woman to have in their belt is knowing that hard work gets you where you want to be in life. Following the laws, will get you where you need to be in life. Conforming to society. It sucks, but society is a society. You have to conform to the normal parameters of society. I mean, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? I mean, I was a hardcore partier back when I was younger. I was under that, but I never fucking brought that up. When I went to my mom's house, I didn't bring my drugs with me. I wasn't high, all fucked up, or I wouldn't go there. I never brought when I was young and partying. I never brought my partying life into my parents, into the normal society's life, because I mean I respect that life. Even drug addicts and alcoholics and people who are all fucked up, they still look at that life of normality, and they yearn for it. They're like, I want that someday. But when they get their head straight, they'll be there someday. We need to help them find their way too. You know what I mean? We need to try, but this homelessness and all the things going on in this country right now, this is not right. It's not right to just let somebody just go out in the street and shit in somebody's yard and be a fucking loser and let them feel the despair and the disdain that people have for them on their shoulders every day. How does that cure them? How does that make anything better? We need to figure out what's going on on this planet, people. It's all things that have been going on for 3,000 years, 4,000, 5,000, 10,000. I mean, when are we going to learn from our mistakes? We dwell on the past so much, but we don't learn nothing from it. And we're always dwelling on the past, but we don't learn nothing from it. It's like with slavery. Now they're teaching CRT in school for black people and people of color hate white people. When does it ever end? When do we start learning and using what we've learned to benefit mankind instead of fucking it up? You know what I'm saying? It's all real simple shit. You know, take a shot, have a hit, and calm the fuck down. I mean, really, people, life's crazy anymore. But this is Scott in the Shot. I'm just buzzing, having a good time. I will talk to you guys later. I hope somebody watching my podcast has a good time watching. I'm just trying to talk real shit here, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, this is Scott in the Shot. Have a good day, man.